today we're going to be talking about writing linear equations in slope-intercept form. Okay? That's what we're working on today, writing linear equations. Now right here, we see this point right here. And we see this point right here. Now what does this point right here represent in our line? Anybody know? That point right there. That's the Y-intercept. Okay? And that Y-intercept is at 0 and a 1. So automatically, this right here, this represents our Y-intercept. So automatically, what do we know our B value to be? Our B value is a 1. The next thing we have to figure out is we have to figure out what is going to be the slope of the line. Like how far does it go down and over? So if we were going to interpret this slope right here, that's what you have to do to interpret slope. You have to find 2 points that the line passes through, and then you can figure out the slope. Now, is this a slope, a positive slope, or is this a negative slope? Negative slope. You're right, it is a negative slope. It goes down. How much does it go down? Yeah, it goes down 3, and how much does it go over? 1. It goes down 3 units and over 1. So that means you have a negative 3 slope. Now, you could say it's negative 3 over 1, but what does that reduce to? Just a negative 3. So it says, hey, if you get an assignment and it says, what's the slope and the intercept of this, you would write your equation, y equals negative 3x plus 1. And what is this right here? That represents our slope. And what is this right here? That's our y-intercept. This is the answer to number 1. So when you have a test or a quiz and it's giving you a line, we have to interpret 2 things, slope and the y-intercept. All right, let's move over here. Number 2. Here we go. We have a point right here, and we have a point right here. Ooh. Oh, yeah, that right there, that'd be our x-intercept. It doesn't ask us for our x-intercept, all right? If it did ask us for our x-intercept, we'd say it would be at 3, 0. Okay? What do we need to write? This in slope, intercept form. So we got to find our n value, and we got to find our b value. Okay? The b value is that red point right here. All right. So what's the ordered pair for that point right there? According to what do you think? We're at 0, and where are we on the y-axis? Negative 3 is right, good job. So right for your b value, put negative 3. All right, now we need to figure out the slope. How much does it go up, and how much does it go over? All right. So let's look at our slope here. The slope is the rise over the run. How much does it go up? How many units? 4. How much does it go over? 4. Oh, wow, that reduces, doesn't it? 4 over 4 reduces to a 1. And if you look a little bit more carefully, you can see it goes up one end. You guys see these stairs right here? It goes up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. It's going up 1 and over 1. Okay? So, what is our final equation going to be in slope-intercept form? Y equals x minus 3. Now, if you wanted to say y equals 1x minus 3, that's still correct. Okay, but this is your, because even though you can't see it, what number is in front of that x? What number? 1, that's the slope. There's the y-intercept. There we go. On this one, right, y equals mx plus b. What I want you guys to find right now, all right, I'm going to pause the video. All right, you guys find the slope, and you guys find the y-intercept. And then I want your answer, y equals, I want it in slope-intercept form. I'm going to put like a box, like you're filling in the number for the slope. I'm going to put plus, I'm going to put a box, like you're filling in the y-intercept. So there we go. So this is what you might see, like on the Khan Academy. Okay, like there'll be a box and a box that you have to fill in. So go ahead and interpret that. All right, so guys, the one thing that I was hoping you'd be able to find without too much difficulty is this point right there, okay? That's the y-intercept. And what is that ordered pair right there for the y-intercept? 0, 1. 4, 0, 4.
I got it right.
Yes! So put b equals 4 right there. That's your y-intercept. That's where it touches the y-axis. Now, do you guys see this point right in here, this point? Okay? I'm going to use this point and this point. What am I going to use those points to find? The slope. So from there, you would go up a certain amount and over a certain amount. Yeah, 2 over 1. It goes up 2 and over 1. So if I say, what's the rise to the run, you'd say that's 2 to 1. So your slope is 2. So your m value would be 2, and your b value would be 4.
I accidentally got it right.
You accidentally? You accidentally got it right.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's weird.
Were you trying to get it wrong?
No, it's not that, like...
He actually got right into
Yeah.
There you go. That's not act. That's like, hey, good. That means you're understanding. Rise to run. Let's go and look at number 4. We're going to put number 4 in our journal right here. Okay. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to label it X. We're going to label this Y. Okay? And our slope, they've given us our slope. So we have to be able to take slope-intercept form. We're going to use slope-intercept form to solve for our y-intercept. We're going to take the x value and we're going to plug it in there. We're going to take the y value, we're going to plug it in there. We're going to take the slope right here and we're going to plug it in right here. Right, now that everything's set up. Yeah, I know it's out of number 4, but we're doing number 5 instead. So, sorry, we're just going to have to deal with that. So right now, you guys see where it says x is 4? So what I want you to plug in, right here for x, I'd like you to plug in the number 4. And right here for y, where it says 2, right here, it's going to plug that in, that's 2, equals, I'm going to open up a parentheses, and right here, my m value is a negative 2, so put a negative 2 right there. Put plus b. That's a b, not a 6, it's a b. Okay. And what does b represent? B represents our y-intercept. That's where we're going to be solving. Okay. So here we go. So here's where we're left. We're left with 2 equals negative 2 times 4, which is negative 8 plus b. Now once you have everything plugged in, all right, and you multiply it, now all you have to do is do one thing. Solve for the b value. That's it. I'm going to put in quotation marks, you know. Hey, what are we solving for? We're solving for b. So what would I have to do to solve for b? No, not divide. We're just going to add 8 to both sides. All right, let's see what happens. This zeroes out. We're left with b, because that zeroes out. Just bring the b down. 2 plus 8 is 10. All right, we found our y-intercept. So our equation in slope-intercept form is this. Now, we're like, wait a second, what's the slope? They told us the slope. What is the slope? Negative 2. So our final answer is negative 2x plus 10. Alright, so write that down. Y equals negative 2x plus 10. Now what I'd also like you to do is I'd like you to take y equals negative 2x plus 10 and type it in your y equals. Okay? Type it in your y equals. We're going to go y equals. We're going to type in negative 2x plus 10. And we're going to check our table. Negative 2x plus 10. We're going to check our table. And what point are we going to search for in our table to make sure it's there? We're going to search for a 4 and a 2 and make sure it's there. 4 and 2. If 4 and 2 is there, that means we did everything correctly. Okay? And when we graph it, does everybody see on this graph? Here, I'll look at the graph. Look at the graph. Look at the graph. What does it do? It goes down 2 and over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And what was our slope on this? What was the slope on this graph? Well, okay, here doesn't have line. Yeah, it's negative. You're right, Fortune. It is negative 2. That's the slope right here. It's going down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, every single time. Now, if you don't have the lines, okay? you got to hit second zoom, and turn the grid lines on, and you'll be able to see the lines. Now, right now, I'm in zoom number 6. I'm in the standard zoom, which goes from 10 to negative 10 and 10 to negative 10 on the Ys. So that's the window setting right here. All right. So there's our equation, there's our graph, and our point 42 is there. So it's all there. It's all there. All right. Now let's go ahead and do number 4. Here we go. We're going to label X and Y, and this is our slope. I'm going to highlight my X in blue. I'm going to highlight my Y in red. I'm going to highlight my slope in green. And I'm going to write down Y equals mx plus b. I'm going to highlight the m value in green. I'm going to highlight the x value in blue and the y value in red. What I'm attempting to do is show you where these numbers get plugged in. So right now, on your own, using this pattern, plug in the numbers where they go, all right? And see if you can solve for the y-intercept. I'm going to pause the video. You guys can try. All right, Chapin, what do you think we're going to plug in for your y value? What number? What do you think?
9.
You're right. Good job. All right, I'm going to make this one more challenging here. What do you think we're going to plug in for our m value? Yes, that's right. And what are we going to plug in for our x value? You're right. So 1. All right, so we plugged in a 9 for y, a 4 for m, and x was 1. But plus the b value that we're solving for. Now, what do you think we're going to be multiplying together? I'm not going to give you any hints. That's what does that equal? 4. All right. So we have 4 equals 9 plus b. Now, let's say you're not really good at algebra. You're like, what does this mean? What does 9 equals 4 plus b? It means this. Back like, in 3rd and 4th grade when they were helping you with addition, subtraction, sometimes they gave you these empty boxes. You had to fill them in. Like, what number plus 4 equals 9? Well, when they were doing that, they were trying to train your brains for algebra. All right? What number would have to go in there? What number plus 4 equals 9?
5.
5, that's right. So that would be the same thing as saying, you know what, if I took away 4 from this side and I took away 4 from this side, what's 9 minus 4? 9 minus 4 is 5. So that's why your b value is 5. That's how it works. Remember, letters just represent numbers that you don't know. Okay? They're like little empty boxes. All right? So what is our final answer? Y equals mx plus b. What is our slope and what is our y-intercept? Y equals, what are we going to plug in for the slope? 4. Very good. What's our y-intercept? 5. That's our equation. Y equals 4x plus 5. And if we wanted to check this, what would we do? We could go to our graphing calculator, go y equals, type in 4x plus 5. I'm going to delete this, hit the table, and what should you have? A 1 and a 9. When you plug in 1, you get a 9. There you go. Alright. Okay, so now we've had practice doing it. Let's do one more, and then we're going to move on down here. Alright, we'll do one more, we're going to go down here. Let's do some of that negative. Let's do number 8. That'll be the last one we do. Alright? Last one we do right here. Number 8. There we go. Can't see that? You need glasses. Label, that's your x, that's your y, and this represents your m value or your slope. Okay? So I'm going to color this one in blue, this one in red, this one in green. Alright, so there we go. Good. Y equals mx plus b. See if you can do this one from beginning to end. We're going to take m and plug it in there. We're going to take x, plug it in there, and we're going to take -2 and plug it in there. So plug in the numbers and see if you can solve for b. Alright, right here, what do you guys plug in for your, let's go scoot down a little bit, there we go. What do we plug in for a y value? -2. Alright, equals, what do we plug in for our slope? 2. Alright, so 2 times, and what did we plug in for x? -3, and we're solving for b. Now this product is a -6, this is a -2, and we have to solve for b, which means we have to add 6 to both sides. And so what was our final answer for b? b equals 4. So if our y-intercept is equal to 4, and we want to write this in slope-intercept form, we'd say y equals 2x plus 4. That's your final answer. Y equals 2x plus 4. All right. Now listen up, everybody. What we're going to do right now, okay, we're going to show you how to do the exact same process, except we're doing it for number 10. So right now we're going to go ahead and do problem number 10. And the first thing we're going to find is we're going to find the slope. All right, so we're going to find the slope. We're going to figure out how far does it go down and how far does it go over. All right, and then all we got to do is look for the y-intercept right there. So what is our slope? How much does it go down and how much does it go over? I say, what's our slope equal to and what's our y-intercept? How far do I run down? Sorry, not right, bad word. Sorry. How far do we go down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes down 5. So our rise is a -5. It goes down 5. How much does it go over? Actually, it goes over 5. So our slope is -5 over 5. But what does that reduce to? 1. Down 1 over 1. You can see it right here. You can see these little triangles being made right here. And what is our y-intercept at? What's the ordered pair for our y-intercept? 0, what? 0, 1. So your final answer for number 10 is y equals -x plus 1. Why a -x? Because instead of saying -1x, you can just say -x. All right, the rest of these, all right, basically I want you guys to understand, the rest of these, right here, these points, what I want you guys to practice using is I want us to practice using the stat editor. We're going to do one right now, okay? And then I want to see if you guys can find all of your slopes and the y-intercepts, okay? So which number do you guys want to do? You guys want to do from 13 to 18? Which one? 18. Let's do 18. So here we go. What we're going to do right now, put number 18 in your journal, please. Okay. Put number 18 in your journal. Label this. This is your x1. This is your y1. This is your x2. This is your y2. We are going to find the equation in slope-intercept form right here. Okay? So go and write that down in your journal. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to show you guys how to do this by hand. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the slope. This is something, whenever you're trying to figure out what the slope is, you have to be able to use this formula. Okay? You're like, what formula are you talking about? It's the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? So I've labeled everything. So let's go ahead and just plug numbers in. What's our y2 value? -2. Y1? Alright. So if we do -2 minus 6, and you do that in the calculator, you would get -2 minus 6, which gets us a -8. That's what it is. Okay? By hand. Now if I say x2, I'm going to put a 3. x1, I'm going to put a -1. But that becomes 3 plus 1, because those negatives will cancel each other out and make a positive, and that goes over a positive 1. So what's -8 divided by 4? -2. Now what does that represent in our problem? That represents our slope. So if you guys would put 2, n is our, right now, y equals mx plus b. What do we have already? We already have our slope. Our slope is a -2. What's the only other thing we have to find? The b value. Okay? So right now, we have to find our b value. So this is where you get some freedom. Do you want to use a -1 and a 6, or do you want to use a 3 and a -2? We have to use one of these sets of ordered pairs. Which one? You choose Bailey. You agree or disagree? You want to use this? You want to use this? Alright, okay, we'll use 3 and -2. So here we go. So right now, we're going to write y equals mx plus b. We already know our slope. Our m value is -2. So I'm going to plug that in. Our equation, I'm going to plug it in right here. Alright? And then we're going to use a 3 and a -2. So right over here, I'm going to write 3 and a -2. This is our x value. This is our y value. So we're going to take the -2 and plug it in here. We're going to take the 3, plug it in. Alright? And after we do that, what are we going to solve for? We're going to solve for b. So right now, take this information right here. See if you can take this information. We found the slope. There's the slope. That's why we're using -2. Now take this information and plug it in and solve for b. Alright, so this is what you should have done. Here we go. For the y value, what should you plug in? -2. Alright, equals. For the m value, what are we plugging in for m as well? We're plugging in a -2. And for our x value, what are we plugging in? We're plugging in a 3. We're solving for b. So this is -2 equals -2 times 3 is -6 plus b. What do we have to add to solve for b? We have to add a 6 to both sides, because what happens? These cancel out to 0. 6 minus 2, or -2 plus 6, is a 4. So your final answer is y equals, what was our slope again? -2x plus our y-intercept is a 4. Now what we're going to do from now on, that's how you do it by hand. Okay, but what do you have access to every single time you're given 2 ordered pairs? What do you have access to? The calculator. So from now on, I want you to be able to do it by hand, but I want you to be able to also, when it counts on a test, so let's practice right now. We're going to choose one right now, and I want to make sure you guys know how to do it. Let's just take number 14. Take number 14. Okay? And I want you guys to understand, this is your x, this is your y, this is your x, this is your y. I'll call this x1, y1, and x2, y2. But this time we're going to use the graphic calculator. So we're going to take this and we're going to use the graphic calculator. So get your graphic calculator out. Hit stat, edit. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to take, remember, what does L1 represent? L1 represents your x values, L2 represents your y values. So let's take 1, 4, 6, -1, 1. And it has to go in. Remember, if you type these incorrectly, you're going to get it wrong. A 1 and a 4 and a 6 and a -1. So over here I have to type in a 6. And over here I have to type in a -1. Whenever you're trying to find the slope and the y-intercept, alright, all you need is how many sets of ordered pairs? Just 2 sets. So what are we going to do? Once we type them in, stat, right arrow. What are we going to go down to? Number 4. We're going to press enter all the way down. Alright? And automatically, now I have something in my graphic calculator. I've been doing star problems, so don't worry about the r squared and the r1. We'll get to r equal, we'll get that later, okay? So what I want you guys to understand is y equals ax plus b is the same as y equals mx plus b, alright? So our answer is y equals -1x plus 5. Because in the graphic calculator, like in quadratics, it'll be ax squared plus bx plus c. We're going to get there. Linear equations are ax plus b. Cubic equations are ax squared. Sorry, cubic equations are ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. So what I want you to do, x to the power of 1 is linear. X squared is quadratic. Cubic is x cubed. So in the graphing calculator, when you're doing programming, okay, you're making sure this represents your slope. Okay, I just want you guys to understand that. All right. So what I want you guys to be able to do, all right, is take ordered pairs and be able to do what? Find the slope and the intercept. Now, the easiest ones to do, I think, are 19 through 24. If it says it gives you the x-intercept, what we're going to do right now, before we leave, we're going to write down all the ordered pairs of the x-intercept and the y-intercept, then you can use the stat editor to find the slope. So everybody, please do open and close parentheses right now, just like I did. Go ahead and do that real quick. If it says we have an x-intercept at -3, that means it's at -3, 0. If it says y-intercept is at 6, that means we're at a 0 and a 6. If it says we have an x-intercept at 1, it's a 1 and a 0. Y-intercept at 2, it's a 0 and a 2. You have to be really good at knowing how to write x-intercepts and y-intercepts. What am I going to write for number 23?
-4, 0.
Good job. And for this one?
0, -0.
Good. All right. Landon, give me this one. Right here. Give me this one. 3 and a 0. All right. Give me this one. Good. All right. Fortune, give me this one. Nope. 2. Yep. 2 and a 0. PA, you keep going. All right. Fortune, give me this last one. Oh, come on. That's right. -1 and 0. Good. Give me this one. No. 0 and 4. Listen, here's what you have to understand. In your y-intercept, all right, this is something you guys need to put in your journal right here. For your x-intercept, your y value is equal to 0. But for your y-intercept, your x value is equal to 0. Can you take these ordered pairs and find the slope? Then automatically, you already know your b value. So right now, this is the last thing we're going to do, then you guys can leave. What's my b value equal to on problem number 19? Nope, 6. What's my b value equal to on 21?
2.
What's my b value equal to on 23? There we go. What's my b value equal to on 24? How about this one? All right, and last but not least,
3.
yes, b equals 3. Now, why is that important? Because you're supposed to write all of these in y equals mx plus b. So when it gives you the y-intercept, what does it give you? Your b value. Have a good day.